So today we'll talk about some SQL basics. As a software tester, we should know basic of SQL, right? Basic is enough, not more than that. So let us first understand what is SQL, right? SQL stands for Structured Query Language, right? So SQL it's used to communicate with the database, right? Which is used to retrieve data, or you can say manipulate data or delete data. So all the data related communications will be done using SQL. Right? Data in sense like it's like information. We can say collection of information, right? It's not a programming language. It's not a programming language. SQL is a database management language for relational database. So it's not a considered as a programming language, but it's a standard, allows creating a procedure. We said that, allows us to deal with the database. So we have to understand as a tester, why should we need this SQL? Right. SQL for a tester, we have a lot of validation. So in SQL, using SQL also as a tester has a many users are there, right? For example, I'll go to the website. Okay, we'll go to Facebook. So this sign up page. Suppose I just going to sign up here in the Facebook. So here I'm just providing my first name, surname, mobile number, and password and all the informations I'm providing. I'm clicking on a sign up, right? So as a tester, right, I just wanted to make sure when I enter these values, clicking on a sign up, these field values, these fields are inserted into the database or not, right? As a tester, I want to make sure each field is inserted in the proper place, right, inside the database or not. So sign up from here, from the front end, we are doing, and I just go to the database. First, we are doing a sign up. Then I go to the database and search the particular user, right? And go to the, make sure that each field of this value is added correctly in the database, right? Suppose if I go to another example, maybe if you think, okay, this is not open, right? Now, if I go to another example, suppose if you are having a table, something like this, right? So you need to validate. Maybe in your application, there will be a lot of static table will be there. Some username and some position, some office, some. This is a sample table I'm taken over here. But in your applications, maybe we have some data. So you need to make sure whether the data is, it's matching with the database or not, right? So there will be some, some SQL queries we need to understand. So there will be some syntax you need to follow. So this is basic things only. As a tester, we are not going to go with the in-depth of SQL and all. Just we need to understand. So suppose if you are going with that Facebook, right? So now I just wanted to make sure the particular user is added in the database or not. Otherwise, I'll go to that this table. Suppose if I have a something like this table in my website. So I need to make sure all the values from that, total number of values are listed as per the database or not. So these are the validation purpose. We need some SQL queries. So if you go to that website called, W33, I will share this URL maybe for your reference. So this is online portal. You can go over here and you can use this portal for your practicing purpose. Suppose here, they have given some of the tables. See, don't worry about, what are the tables I need to go, what are the values I need to check. See, when you are getting a project details, you will be getting the database details as well. So you come to know, like, what are the tables are there. There will be many tables. So what are the tables are there in your project? What are the columns are there? So you come to know. So based on that, you have to write the queries. Right? So just we are going to learn basic things, basic syntax of how we are going to get the values and all. Right? Suppose 91 records are there. The same way we have another table categories, employees, right? And order details are there, orders are there. product. So these are the table name, right? These are the table name. Within this table, there will be some records are there, right? So I need to check, suppose if I go to the customer, right? So if we go to the customer, see, these are the tables, these are the values are present in the table. Table name is a customer table. Table name is customer table. We should know the table name first, right? So when you are going to validate the values from the table, so you should know first the table name and you should know the what are the header, like column name should be displayed over here. Suppose I just wanted to check, like before I say like I just want to validate all the values are present in the in UI as per the database or not. So that's what my first validations may be. So how I can go that directly? So you can think like this table, right? So for that, I just need to go with some syntax I need to follow. So what are the syntax I need to follow? Here I'll go to. So the first, if I want to get all the detail from the table, the syntax will be, you need to write select. Here you have to make it as a star. Star means entire column, right? Entire column and entire table value will going to print, retrieve, right? So you can say select star, you can say from, then we need to give table name. So this is what the syntax. So now if I go and write the syntax for this table, right? For here. So now here, so as per the syntax, if I want to write, suppose select is a select only. So now I need to add a star. Here we need to give from table name. What is that? Customers. This is what, select query. So this will going to return you all the values from the table so that you can make sure maybe 90 data are there in a UI. Right, so same 90 data is displayed in the database or not. That's what we need to check. Suppose you can add over here, just run the query. It will going to return you all the table. So now this is customer table. Suppose if you want to check zippers, here only 3 records are there. We'll check it out zippers. Here select star from everything is same. Just we need to make it as a table name. So here we can say zippers. Right? If I run this, see 3 data. Only 3 data is getting displayed over here. Right? If I want to know how many data are there in the zippers, from that UI, I'm just validating from here as well. Right? This is the database. See, don't worry about the database connection and all. You will be getting from your company, they will be providing you what is how to connect to the database and what are the user ID password. See that credential, everything they will be providing. So see, this is just for an practicing purpose. You can go and use this website. Right? This is an online portal. Same way only you are going to do in your application. Right? So in your SQL from your organization. So now, if you want to validate all the table value, just will go and select star from sequence. Right? Suppose if I want to go to the orders, maybe 196 records are there. Right? So now I can say orders. Run the query. See, now I am getting a 196 record. So I need to cross verify from this database values with that UI. So this is what use of SQL as a tester. Suppose in Facebook, what we have done, I just added one of the user, right? I'm using first name and I'm adding all the data and sign up the user. So as a testing part, you go with the some dummy data, right? So you'll be sign up and you need to check in a database whether the particular user is added or not. Right? In this case, what we have to do, we need to go to the database. Here you need to check. Maybe I'll go to the customers. If I go customers, so maybe I just wanted to, maybe I'm added these values, right? I just wanted to check whether these values added or not, right? Select start from customers and I need to give a condition. Condition sense, like, I just add a condition where the customer name, right? So we can add a customer name. So we can say customer name equal to whatever the sign up I have done, right? So with the customer, so I need to make sure whether the particular customer is added in the table or not, right? I am just added any of the customer. So I can say around the fund. Say this is the customer I'm checking now, right? So maybe you can check any of the customer as well, right? So now I'm checking so whether this customer is added in the table or not. So that it can say select star from customers where customer name equal to, this is the where conditions. Just we are giving a condition over here. Where means just we are giving a condition. So if you run this, see it is displayed. Yes, it is displayed over here. Right, so you could able to make sure that whether you whatever the data you have added, registration or sign up page, right? So then you need to come over here in the database, you need to cross verify whether the same data is displayed over here or not. Right, this is the basic one. Suppose now we have added a star, right? So star means what happened, entire column value will going to print. Now, suppose I just wanted to, validate one of the only particular column. I don't want to go with the all the column, right? In this case, what we can do, simply I'll go with that, select star from customers. I don't want all the column. I want only the maybe customer name. So I can say customer name from the customer table. Select not star. What I have given, select customer name from the customer. So if I run this, customer, okay, spelling mistake. Okay, so customer name, it is displayed. Only the customer name. I don't want all the data. I just want only one column. So you can make it as a multiple column as well. You can give, comma, and you can give the city. So if you run city also getting displayed. Suppose you want to validate only particular column values. Then you can go ahead with the column name. You can add a multiple column as well in this way. Right? Then you can add a customer name. This is, basic syntax of if you want to execute, if you want to validate some of the column, then you can go ahead and you can run the query, something like this. Right. So now this is what, we have to understand the syntax. Suppose I just wanted to validate, maybe I just wanted to check all the column is ascending, descending and all, right? Maybe I need to check that. So I can say select star from customer. Here I want to make it as a order by ascending or order by descending, right? So now any one column, you can take any one column. So maybe if you take a country, so I just wanted to make sure I just wanted to ascending the country name, right? So in this case, you can go with select start from customer and you can say order by, you can say country. So now it will going to see starting from Argentina. So from the order by ascending order. Same way, if you want to go with the descending also, it will go into order by, you can make it as a ascending or you can make it as a country. You can say descending. So now see the last letter will be, Venezuela is coming first. Then A will be going to come last. So this is the way we need to validate the database with your, whenever if you are working in a table, right? In UI, there will be a lot of table will be there. Or else if you are working in a login page or sign up page, so you need to make sure that same value is getting displayed in the database or not, right? And the same way, if you are creating some orders, then you need to cross verify in your order page, order table, then you need to check whatever the order you have created, it is getting displayed or not. Suppose if you want to update the data, maybe if you see in a Facebook, you have an option called, update your profile. So if you are updating the profile, then the data, whatever you are updating, it is getting updated in the, it should update in the database as well. So you need to cross verify. That is what, the need of SQL as a testing part. So now if you want to go with that, we have seen ascending and we have seen descending as well. Now suppose here, more data is there. I don't want to list all the data. So maybe I just wanted to check, top 3 data or 10 data only. So here, 90 data, right? In real time, there will be 1,000 or 2,000, 10,000, more than data will be there. So if you are executing the query, something like select star from the table name, so it will going to take, 1,000 data or 10,000 data. It will take a lot of time to retrieve all the data. So instead of that, I don't want to go with all the data. Maybe I just wanted to go with the top 10 data, right? Because I'm creating order right now. It is going to display within the top 10 record only. In this case, what we can do, directly we can go and write something like a select star from customers, where condition also you can add, where you can say maybe country. Okay, maybe you can give a country, or directory also we can add all the top values. If you want, you can add a country equal to, you can say Germany. You can say Germany. So now I am saying how many data I want. Maybe I can say limit 10. So if I see only 10 data, it is getting displayed. With the condition is Germany. Only Germany, it's displayed all the data. Suppose I don't want to go with the conditions, right? So I don't want the conditions. So I want that, select star from customers table, limit of, first 10 data, right? So in this case, if I run, it's not consider any condition. So how many data are there? First 10 data, it will going to display. If you want to go any conditions, suppose I just wanted to take 10 data from the country UK or from the city, something like that, if you want, you can add a condition as well, right? So condition will be where conditions, where country equal to, suppose if I say Mexico. Limit 10 means, so there will be some 5 data only is there, right? So now if I can say only 3 data. So 3 data only will going to display. So that, it will not going to take a lot of time, because if you go with that real-time data, right, there will be huge data, right? So it will take a lot of time to retrieve all the data from the database. So in this case, what we can do, we can go with the limit. So maybe you can make it as a numbers, or you can make it as a percentage as well, right? First 5%, 1% data, if you want, you can add a percentage as well. So this much clear. Any questions? So you got it right. Why we are using a tables? So these tables and all, you will be getting all what are the tables are there in your project. You will be getting all the details of the database details with how many tables are there. Then you can go ahead and you can run your queries, right, based on your validation. So now suppose if I go with that any product. See, in product, if you take some prices are there. So now I want to know what is that less price, what is that, highest price. If I want to know, then I can write a query, right? So if I just wanted to go with the smallest price, or I can just wanted to go with the less price, right? So in this case, what we can do, simply we can say select, we can say minimum. So the column name will be price. You can say price. Here you can say from, what is the table name? Table name will be products. So only the column I'm asking that, instead of star, I'm not making. I'm just asking only the column. So that particular column only is going to display. So this is the minimum price from the product table. Suppose I want to know maximum, so you can add a function called max. So max here you need to make it as a column name. Column, which column you want to go and you want to get the value from maximum value. So now you need to add a max, you just call the max function, run this query. So if you get it maximum value from the price column. So this is minimum and maximum. So the same way, if you want, you can go with that average as well. Lot of functions, if you want, you can go and you can do the same thing. Right? Suppose if you are going with that customers, so now you are added, lot of customers. So suppose I just wanted to get the customer name start from maybe B, maybe C, or maybe D. So I just wanted to get that name, something like that. So in this case, what we can do, select start from customers, then we can make it as a condition, where so here we can say customer name, you have a function called, like. So here we need to say, suppose I just wanted to say, I just wanted to get the value, get the customer name, start letter from maybe, we can go with the A, right? So I can say A, we need to add a percentage. Then it is going to return you all the data's customer name from starting letter A. So if you want to B, then I can say, see whatever the value starting from B will going to return. Suppose I want to go with that, end with, right? So this is starts with means first you need to enter the data. I mean, enter that first character, then you have to make it as a percentage. That is starts from. Then if it is come with that end with, so end with, suppose if I want to end with EA, right? So then you can say percentage and A. So if you see the A, wherever the end with A is returning over here, right? So starts with, so different data is coming, but different alphabetic. But here ends with whatever we have asked, only A. So it is returning A. So this is starts with and this is ends with. This is a basic of, just understand that how we are using a SQL in our testing part. So no need to go in depth and all. This is more than enough. Okay. So now you understand the concept means, then you can go ahead in the same website. Maybe there will be a lot of, you need to understand some of the queries. Just go and understand the syntax. Right. So this is starts from and this is ends, starts with and ends with we have seen. The same way, suppose I just wanted to, data is wherever inside that, some of the, inside wherever CO is there, I just wanted to print. So in this case, what we can do, CO, again I need to add a percentage. So what it is going to do, all the customer with the customer name that have a CO, I mean any of the place, in any of the position. It is not a first position, it is not a last position. Any of the position, if the CO is there, then it is going to return. See, the data is there. More data. CO, wherever CO is there, it is returning. So that, which percentage first we need to start, and ends also we need to go with the percentage. In between, you need to add a values. Right? Maybe if you want to add a HE, this is also you'll be getting a some value. So suppose I just want to see here, N is in the second position, right? So I just wanted to fetch the data, the N is in the second position. So in this case, what we can do, like, if suppose I'm just adding underscore N, then I need to add a percentage. So that, first anything, second should be in the, second character should be in the N. Right, so the position, second position should be the N, right? So now, where and the C, the two data is printed. So the same way you can go with that multiple, I mean third position, fourth position also you can go and you can do the same thing. Right? So now let's see. Suppose you have a you want to work with the multiple table, maybe customer table and order table, right? So if you see that customer table, here customer ID is there and customer name, so different column is there. You go to the order table. The order table, order ID and customer ID is there. So now if you want to work with the multiple table, then you need to check what is the common, that is a primary key. Primary key here customer ID is there, right? The same way if you go to customers, customers also customer ID is there. So now we can relate this two table because I want the data, I want to validate maybe in a customer ID, some customer name or something like that. The same way in order table, right? Order table, customer ID, whatever is equal to the customer table, I need to get a value. Maybe I need to get a shipping ID, right? So in this case, what we can do, we have to add a join queries, right? There will be join queries are there. You can go ahead and you can add a join queries. So how to go with the join queries? That is also the basic syntax only you need to understand. Now I'll say, suppose I just want in my order table, I want to get the order ID. So that here I can say order ID. Okay, first we'll need to go with the table name. So what is the table name? Table name is the orders. So orders, because I'm going to go with the two table data I'm going to fetch. So orders dot, you can say order ID. I want to print in the order table order ID I want to print. Same way in customers. Customers table, I want to print maybe customer name. Right? I want to print order ID from the order table, customer name from the customer table. Right? From, right? So from, or you can add a multiple column as well. This is two column I have added. If you want to print multiple column, maybe you can add a multiple column as well. So maybe if you want again that order table, orders dot, you can say here it will be order date maybe or shipper ID, something like that. So I can say shipper ID. So I just want three values, right? Three column values. Two is a order table, one is a customer table. From which one? From two table. So how I can say from orders, right? You can say join query. Join. Then we need to say customers. Here we have a on. This is a syntax you need to understand. Here we need to mention order. So what is the primary key? I mean common key for the two table, customer ID. Right? Customer ID is there in order table as well and customer table as well. So here we need to mention customer on orders dot customer ID equal to customers dot customer ID. So now here you need to understand, just instead of star what we have given, I just wanted to print three columns. One is order ID, one is customer name, one is shipper ID. There will be different table. So that is the reason we have make it as a order. This is a table. Table dot column name, table dot column name, table dot column name. Table name dot column name we have given. From which table? Two table. Orders join customer. Then we are saying orders dot how the data is going to fetch. Wherever the customer ID is equal to the order table or customer table. So that is what we are asking to print the data. So now I'll run this. We'll see. See now what we have was order ID, customer name and shipper ID. Right? This is what we asked. The same data it is getting printed. So the customer ID is, it is checking the both order and customer ID. That is the primary key over here. So if it is matching, then only we can able to fetch the data. So there should be two tables, primary key should be there. Right, with that only we could able to see we are joining two table, we are getting the data. Right, so this is the way we have a different join queries are there. Right, so now here we need to understand. I will explain you again maybe. So now instead of star we have given a column name. I want only 3 column. So 3 column directly we have added before. Before in only one table means what we have done. Select, we can say customer name, and we can say we will be adding a comma and city we have added, right? So from we can say customer customers. This is what simply we have done. But here we are giving multiple table. Multiple table we are combining over here. So that is the reason we have to give table name and column name. Then again table name and column name. Table name dot column name. This is what the syntax. So from here, so from we have given only one table. But now here from orders table, join customers table. So here we need to join the two table. Then we are saying orders dot order table dot customer ID equal to customer table dot customer ID. So the value will going to fetch. Is that clear? So this is what, basic things. So if you want, if you are understand like, how we have to go and use it in our, in a testing part. So you can go to the same website, you can get some other syntax as well, and you can just learn that. So whatever we have learned so far, this is, I think more than enough. If suppose in that application is, dealing with the more database, then you need to go and learn some other syntax as well, right? Some other join queries. We have seen join queries. So now if you want, inner join, left join, right join is there. So you just go and understand the syntax. So this is what, basic of SQL for a testing point. Any questions? Clear, right?